What's up everyone, here we are for War 2 against Dual Nation. Today I went in with Titania. I was forced to take along one of the worst skill champs in the game in Nick Fury, and then Wags to be a pre-fight bitch as well. None of them are tactic, but you know, it's a good habit to select armor burn just in case I miss something. We're going for path 2 again today. Although we're ignoring the Toad on the 4th fight, and then also going for Quicksilver on the boss island. First up, we've got distant memories of my previous failure against Spot here. Got the added aid of a Wags pre-fight here, and then going to go in with Nick, who's pretty crap, but with boosts and everything else, he's going to get this down nice and easy. I can safely parry without having to worry about shortened stuns or anything due to I'll eventually have buffs, but mainly because of the Wags pre-fight. Light ending combos to get max bleeds on, knock him down occasionally, trigger untouchable when it happens, and try my best to bait an SP2 mainly, although I think he does get an SP1 against me, and I'll keep out of the way of his heavies. Yeah, the fight wasn't too difficult, again mainly because of boosts. Would have been much better if I had Jabari or used Archangel, but got to work with what I'm given and what I'm forced to take along. So it's no big deal here. At least I only have to use Nick for a couple of fights today. He really is pretty terrible. Look at that, he's lost some health already, which is pretty bad going. Fortunately, you know, we're gonna see the fight out here as close and difficult it is. Look at him getting beaten up there as well, losing his indestructible invulnerability boost. But again, we're going to see the fight out, and it's no great shakes. Coming up for next, we've got Doom. Feeling good about taking him with Titania. I'd had some. My officers were trying to insist that I start using Spidey 2099 a lot more, because he's definitely better for the path, and were refusing to take my word that Titania is just as good for the path. So I just insisted on proving it to them. I'm also not much of a Spidey user, I'm pretty inexperienced with him, and Titania's a rank 4 and I'm much more used to her. So again, my usual game plan is to get rid of my indestructible because I don't need it. I'm going to keep him to SP1 because I don't want to risk catching fire. I'm just going to play it safe, get myself to an SP3 and throw it that way, wear him down with light hits for max damage, and just play pretty patiently. I could have just used Haymaker to tank that, but decided against it. It's no big deal either way. The fight's going fairly slow, but nice and steady, nice and easy. And yeah, she's making fairly quick work of this, and nice and safe as well. Got bored, so thought I'd take a hit just to keep things interesting there. This was annoying because got my SP3 off, smashed him into the corner, and he wasn't a good boy and decided just to start to not play dead in the corner, and immediately threw a special. Luckily I could tank it all because of Haymaker, and Doom is now asleep. Next job is to just stick pre-fight from Wags on Mojo so that my buddy didn't have a rough time, and then we can carry on and moving up into section 2. A bit later on in the war, we've got Mystic Spidey. Again, I was being insisted to that Spidey's the best counter for this, and possibly based on the fact that I screwed up last season against him, but I had a point to prove, and Titania was going to play this nice and safe. I could have employed a Haymaker a lot more and made the fight go quicker and just bullied him a bit more, but I decided just to try and keep it safe, especially as I wanted my good point to stand. So I kept him to SP1, took most of them on the block, dexed the final one if I wasn't successful in dexing it all, and he wasn't going to gain much power against me, and I obviously wasn't going to miss because I haven't got any buffs. He's a nice easy fight, and it was refreshing to actually get back to killing him easily rather than my silly little hiccup last season against him, which I think is on one of my videos at least. Annoyingly, he dexed away from me there, so I couldn't connect with part of my combo, but no great major deal. We're going to get up to an SP3 shortly. I'll wait for my haymaker to set in as well, and then I can trigger them both together to double my debuffs on him. Not that it's going to make much difference because he's nearly dead already. Nice, smooth, easy fight. I placed a pre-fight on Arcus at the top, which I haven't included, but yes, coming up to Quicksilver for my final fight here, just a showcase of how bad Nick is. So my game plan was to, again, big boost because he's going to need it for sure because he's so terrible. I wanted to go in straight away. I didn't have a Wags pre-fight here, it was wanted for the boss instead, so I was going to play it relatively stun immune, although I can parry a couple of times pretty safely. Game plan was to get hit immediately and just get some combos off, but take plenty of block damage and fail to hit him for a while whilst degenerating, because basically I want to get down to my second life where I can do the real damage, as I'm not really making much dents here. Quicksilver being an Avenger meant he can't evade because I start with 6 tactic charges, and whilst spamming SP1, adding 4 each time, keep the charges up and stop Quicksilver evading me. Yeah, fight's going pretty well, but I need to rush down to get to my second life before I'm going to start doing anything decent, because quite frankly Nick is so terrible for this. Use the SP1 again, not only to keep charges up but to shrug the debuffs that are on me. Plan's going pretty well. Not getting to my second life quick enough yet, so what I did was baited an SP2, which I then decided to eat all of to hurry up my plan. Yeah, all going really smoothly so far and exactly how I wanted it to. By now I can get my special intercept off, and because I've wasted most of Limber, the stun wasn't going to last long enough, but now I'm finally getting enough damage down. Take a bit more on the block just to keep things interesting and finish him off. Yeah, Nick sucks, and I had to resort to that to make it happen. So yeah, 2 wars in, that's our BG and final scores for the Alliance. Yeah, nice solid T1 win, and we march on. I'll catch you at number 3. Ta-da!